We welcome to Spectator TV our resident lover of words, Kel Richards. Kel, welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me. Lovely to be here.
Well, Kel, you've written that a Specky reader asked you to hunt down the origin of the word mumbo jumbo, an expression that most of us have used without giving its birth a second thought. But it has an interesting beginning. Where did mumbo jumbo come from?
You're right, quite right. There is a good story behind it, and we use it a lot. And I'm not here sort of pointing the finger at politicians, but we do use mumbo jumbo a lot, right? Because in any meaningless statement we call mumbo jumbo, it actually goes back to the 1700s, from memory, 38. So very early, it comes from Africa. And very early in the sort of Western settlement of Africa. So it was coined then. It comes out of an African language called Mandingo or Mantingo. There are a couple of different spellings of it. And the word originally was, and this will not make sense to me or anyone, but something like mama jumbobo was the original term, which made no sense, and the English couldn't get their tongue around, so they turned it into something they could say, which was mumbo jumbo. And the very earliest sort of explanations of it, a mumbo jumbo was, for those early settlers, a pagan god that was worshipped, or the sort of words that were said, the liturgy that was said. Now, when you think about it in those terms, there they are, bunch of pith-helmeted explorers charging through the jungle, coming across some natives, and they're all speaking this liturgy in a language no one understands. So we end up with, if we don't understand it, it's all mumbo jumbo. And that's pretty much the journey of the story from the 1730s up to today. Which it also fits in. There's another element which comes into it. The English language or English language users, for some reason, love rhyming reduplication. So hanky-panky, argy-bargy, those sorts of words. I don't know why. We like playing with language. We like the rhyme. We like the rhythm. And mumbo-jumbo fitted into that. So suddenly there were English people, English speakers getting quite excited about, we've got a nice rhyming reduplication that means nonsense. And we want to say nonsense to a lot of official people saying a lot of official things. So mumbo-jumbo is a great expression. It's a nice little story, isn't it?
Yes, we've almost added political mumbo-jumbo to the full definition of the word. But I love that, like so many words in the English language, we couldn't quite pronounce the longer version, so we just shortened it. We do that to a lot of different words. I mean, butchering things is basically part of the Australian language as we do it. Are we particularly guilty of this kind of behaviour?
Abbreviations, shortening, happens in every language. But Professor Rowley Sussex, a linguist who retired now at the University of Queensland, and I had a long conversation about this once, and Rowley said, we do more of it in Australia than most other language users do. We have brekkie. We put on a cardi and we, donate some money to the salvos, and I'll see you the salvo. And he and his students, he got his graduate students, and they compiled a list of, he told me the number, and it's a phenomenon, something like, this is from memory, but something like 3,000 of those little abbreviations we use. You don't go to Mount Isa, you go to the Isa. You don't go to Alice Springs, you go to the Alice. And there's heaps and heaps and heaps. You don't go to Rockhampton, you go to Rocky. So we do that a lot. It's part of our culture, because part of the Australian language culture is informality. Informality is really important in the Australian language, and that's a big part of it.
Well, I don't know if it was the same when you went to school, but whenever we had someone new arrive, particularly if they were from another country, we'd rename them instantaneously. So we've got this, the wonderful Spectator writer Augusto Zimmerman. If he went to school with us as a child, we would have called him Gusto, because there's no way that an Australian child would call anybody Augusto Zimmerman. It's too long.